Hello everyone, welcome back. It's World Coin Hunt Day. Thought I'd do something slightly different this time. Rather than just randomly going in, picking one up, going through it, having a quick look. A few people have said, give it a really good mix. They've obviously not seen the videos where I've mentioned that I've dropped the old flipping lot on the floor before and I had to scoop it all back up and put it back in the tub. So it's had a good mix that way. However, over time, if you notice, everything that you can see are generally bigger coins. There's an awful lot at the bottom. If I can just try and tip it up, see if I can show you what I mean. There's a lot of smaller stuff. Look, there you go. See? There's all these small things lurking around in the bottom. So what I'm going to do, to make life easier, I'll have a quick ferret through the bottom, pull a handful out, and we'll go through those. Well, it's still going to be a coin hunt. I just won't be dipping in each time to pull one out. So give me a moment. I'm going to ferret, and I'll come back with a bundle, and I'll catch you then. Okay, we're back. I've just had a good dig through. There's a fair bit in there worth looking at. Ooh, is that Swiss? Yeah. So, as you can see, there's a few small ones in there. There's a couple of big ones I managed to just grab. Literally, I just went in, pulled them all back, grabbed a handful, took them out, and did it again. Turned the bucket around, tried from the other side. So we will have a quick look at these and see what we've got. So if I get that off to the side, I put those there, get a better idea of what's going on. Right, so if I actually zoom in a touch, move them in, yeah, that'll do. Stick them off to the side. Right, so first things first, let's see what we've got. And that is a 1 drachma, so that's Greece. Fairly common. It's also a fairly big one as well. So hopefully we don't get too many of these. 1967, Greece, 1 drachma. Yeah, I want to go through some of these before just to see what we had, and never got round to it. But if you've seen some of the previous videos, you've watched me actually have a bit of a ferret down the side and pull the odd one out. Thought I'd make a point of grabbing an actual bundle this time. So what we got there, that's another Greek. That's 100 drachma. And round that way. Nope, I'm not even going to attempt that name. 100 drachma at 1994. Let me have a quick look at these, get some of these bigger ones out of the way, and we can look at the really good stuff. So we've got halfpenny, 1953, South Africa. And there's the Queen on the front. We've seen a few South African ones recently. Again, they're more modern. So it's nice to see some of the old, I say nice, in a coin collecting way, that is, the old colonial stuff. So 1953, South Africa, halfpenny. Let's get this big thing out of the way as well. 25 pesetas, Spain. So it's got Franco on the front. So this is a 1957 design. And inside that star, which way round is it? There he is. 65. So that's 1965 mintage. For a 1957 design, 25 pesetas. On to the next one. What have we got? Ooh, this is a bit beaten bashed. This is the UK issue coin. It's the old threepence, the old brass threepence. So there's George the Sixth, because you only have George the Sixth or Elizabeth on there. Yeah, there you go, 1944. Threepence. Yeah, this is probably one of the worst ones I've ever seen, to be honest. I've got a fair few of these that are still nice and shiny, like they've just been issued. But threepence, yeah, fairly common. Next one, 5 centai. That Lithuania, Estonia, Lithuania. Yeah, 1991. Little aluminium coin, the sort of thing you'd expect to float to the top actually rather than sink to the bottom. These always seem to come to the top. When you have a good ferret through, all the light stuff comes to the surface. But 5 centai, Latvia, 1991. We've seen those before, but it's definitely been a while. Right, let's see if we can have a ferret through some of these smaller ones. Ooh. Oh, India. Unusual. Actually, round. 1957. That's one pays. I think that's the new pays. What is it they called it? Naya pays, I think. So you've got two words there underneath the one. So one of those is Naya or Naya, and the other one is pays. So basically, it's one new pays, and one pays was about 1/100th of a rupee. So if you think of a rupee as a pound, this would be 1 pence. So India, 1957, 1 pays. Right, what have we got? Let's have one of those. It's a shiny one. 25 somethings. I'm thinking colonies of some variety. Yeah, Cayman Islands, 1996. We've had a small spate of Cayman Islands recently. I think they must have come in a recent bundle I got my hands on. But they've all been generally smaller currencies, smaller face values. But there we go. So I think that would be 25 cents. Cayman Islands, 1996. What's this one? 5 pesos. Oh, Uruguay, 2005. It looks more like a token. It looks like it's brass, the sort of things you used to get in the arcades. So apologies to Uruguay if I've just offended your coinage. Publica Oriental del Uruguay. There you go. 5 pesos, 2005, Uruguay. Let's have another biggie. 25 cents. That's another boat. Who have we got this time? Commonwealth of the Bahamas, 2015. We've seen a few of the Bahamas ones. I think the Bahamas and the Cayman Islands stuff must have come in the same bundle, because before, about 2 or 3 months ago, we never saw them. And then suddenly, bang, they're all there. 2015, Bahamas, 25 cents. Nice and shiny. Give it a bit of a clean up. With a buff, that'd be nice. Right, so let's have a look. So let's just move some of these into the bottom so you've got a better idea of what we're ferreting through. What's this one? 20 groszy. Well, that's going to be Polish. Nice and shiny. So, it's on the top. 1923. Oh, that's in very good condition. I'm not sure. I think these were reissued in zinc during 1940-41 during the German occupancy. But this definitely isn't zinc, so this is an original 1923. Because the ones they issued in 40-41 retained the same date of 1923, but were made of a slightly different metal. There you go. I've never seen this one before. 20 Grozy, Poland, 1923. Hey, nice one. I mean, we've had a couple of new ones that we haven't seen before, so that's really, really nice. What's this next one? Ah, this one we have seen before. 2 Groz. Again, Poland, and this one is more up to date, 1992. So 70 odd years later. Yeah, we've seen this one a few times in the past. 1s, 2s, 5s, 10s. 2 Groz, Poland, 1992. Diddy little one. Ah, there you go. It says it all there. 1 peseta. So that's going to be Spain. Juan Carlos, España. Put it up the right way. Yeah, there you go. 1997. Incredibly small coin. I mean, look at that. It's on the end of my fingertip. And you can see the edges of my finger around it. That's how small this thing is. It's aluminium as well. So unlike the 25%, so the much, much older one, this one doesn't have a star to look in because by the 80s they started to stop having the stars with dates, but they do show the Madrid mint mark instead. There you go. 1 peseta from Spain, 1997. We've seen that one before, but very rarely. Again, mainly because of the size, I think. Keep disappearing. Here we go. Chile. We've had Chile again in the past. 2014, 10 pesos. Yeah, along with the Uruguay coins, that must have been one of the batches. Because I did say, I think, a couple of videos back that the South American stuff is all relatively new because I went out and bought a bag of mixed American or South American just to throw in the mix because we were getting an awful lot of European stuff. So 10 pesos, 2014 from Chile. The next one is Japan. 1 yen. Right, now, if I put it round this way first, so you've got Bank of Japan, Japanese Bank, I think it is. I can't remember which variation it is. Basically, that just says where it's issued from. There's the currency. There's the amount. So that's the 1. That's the character for a yen. So 1 yen. Flip it over. It's good enough to give it to us in Western numerals as well. And then the first 2 characters are the emperor at the time. So the periods. They each have their own periods. That one, I think, that's more recent. But that character there, that looks like 2 brackets. You see that? That is an 8. So that is year 8. So I'm trying to remember when it was they changed over. So the year 8, I think this would be around about 1995, 96. I'm probably wrong. And I'll probably get shouted at by one of my viewers from Japan. Thanks again, Jamie. Always good to hear from you, mate. Yeah, I'll go with mid-90s on that one. 1 yen. Talking of which, subscribers and such. I've just tipped over 1,500 subs, which is absolutely brilliant. Thank you very much. If you're watching this and you've not subscribed, please consider doing it. I'm trying to build up the watch hours so I can somehow get monetized to afford to get a lot more coins, bigger, better coins to show to you guys. I'm still 1,000 hours short, but I have just tipped over 3,000 watch hours. So I need to get 4,000 in total. But 3,000 just gives me the access to things like being able to sell my merchandise through the channel. I don't really have any, but it does give me the option as well to have the super thanks on the thanks. If you look at the buttons down below, you should be able to see that there. So that at the moment is where I am with the channel. I am due to help out a subscriber's relative in the next few days. I've been asked to give him a hand. He's got a bucket full of 50p, pound coins, £2 coins, and he'd like to see exactly what it is he's got. So I've volunteered my services, as it were. So I'll be meeting up with them over the weekend. I'm hoping to maybe video it, to record it. But given where we're going to be going, a coffee shop, they might not be too keen on cameras being set up and a laptop and everything else. So we shall see. No promises, but I might let you know how we get on anyway. Right, less waffle, more coins. Right, let's move on to the next one. What have we got there? That way or that way? It's that way. Oh, Algeria. Is it Algeria that has the 1987 10? Oh boy, I can never remember what it is they use. Is it Phils? Millims? I'm going to go with Millims. Algeria, I think it is. They're the ones with the 5-pointed star, I believe. So I'm going to go with 10 Millims, Algeria, 1987. I don't think we've seen that one before. Let's have that one. Aha. That is, yeah, it says there, it says rail. Oh, that's a different design. Didn't see that one before. There's the little Israeli crest that they have on all their coinage. So you have Israel in Latin, English, Western, call it what you like. You've got it in Arabic and in Hebrew. Yeah, there you go. 1 new shekel. So I have my fingers over that, so now I know what it is. That's 1 new shekel. As for the date, not a clue. I am no good when it comes to Hebrew dates. Arabic dates, I'm starting to get my head round. Japanese dates I can do just. But Hebrew, not so much. But I'll find out, and by now it's going to have been on the screen anyway. There you go, 1 shekel from Israel. $15 kopecks, 1980, so that's going to be the Soviet Union. Yep. See a few of these popping up every so often. Always good to see, because you can build up a pretty good year run with these, because they never changed. For years and years and years, they were identical. The only thing that changed was the last 2 digits on the date. There you go, 15 kopecks, 1980, Soviet Union. What's that one? Going back to Arabic, this is where it's going to prove me a complete and utter liar. So that's a 1. The dot is a 0, so that's 10 whatevers. That is Syria. 1965. So Syria, that's going to be piastres. So that's 10 piastres. Quite a nice coin, actually. Syria, 1965. France, another aluminium one. This would be wartime or post-war. There you go, 1942. 50 centimes. There's quite a few of these out there as well. You get them in various values. You get them in all the different centimes values. You get them in 1s, 5s, 10 francs. They're all aluminium, all done on the cheap because of the war. But they still last. So there you go, 50 centimes, France, 1942. So there's our 20, and I've still got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, got 7. Grabbed a few extras, excellent. What have we got? What's that? Luxembourg. Yeah, 1991 franc. We've had these in the past. Nothing fancy about them. They just seem to keep popping up. And this is a guy that likes his moustache. Yeah, 1 franc, Luxembourg, 1990. Right, that screams Italy. 1981, 20 lira. The R is Republic. There we go, Repubblica Italiana. I don't think I've seen one of these before. Not this sort of style, anyway. 20 lira. They're usually 50s and 100s that we get, and they're shiny silver. This is more of a brassy, bronzy sort of colour, copper colour. 1981, 20 lira, Italy. Ten or 1942. Was the right way round. Sweden. I don't think we've seen this one before. That's quite an ornate looking crown as well. I think I'd have remembered that. Yeah, there we go. 10 or 1942, Sweden. South Africa, 1967. 1 cent. Yeah, we've seen this one before. Nothing special about it. Very, very common. Probably see them again. South Africa, 1967. 1 cent. Bank du Liban. Oh, Lebanon. 1972. You can generally tell it's Lebanon, whether it says Liban or it's got the tree. The tree's a bit of a giveaway. 5 piastres. This is in good condition. Is it 1972? It's over 50 years old. And look at the finish. It's still there. It's still got its high points. Even the little dots. They're all still really, really good condition. Might have to look into this one. Probably billions of the things put into circulation. That's why he's probably in good nick. Everyone just puts them in their pennies jar and leaves them there. There you go, 1972. 5 piastre, Lebanon. What we got there? 1950. 1952. I'm thinking that's Greece. They like their old sort of Greek style busts. No. Belgium. Belgique. Yeah, it's the French spelling. Belgique. £1. 1952. Apologies to Belgium for thinking they was Greeks. It's all Dutch to me anyway. Yep, there we go. £1, Belgium. And the last one, very grotty. That is a 1. Yep. There's a cross in the middle. That's going to be Switzerland, I suspect. Yeah, I'm trying to hold it so it's... Yeah, that looks like it. Is that Helvetica across the top? I think it is. Trying to get it on a different angle for the light. Yeah, that's Helvetica. And the year is 1946. This feels like zinc. Yep. Yeah, that's Helvetica. So Switzerland, 1946. And that'll be one Rappen. Yeah, just about make out the laurel leaves that are around the outside. Huh. Don't see many of these. Well, I haven't. 1946, Switzerland, one Rappen. There you go. Couple more than normal. So hopefully that made it a bit more interesting. Just seeing what was actually in the bottom of the tub itself. So we got rid of some of the bigger stuff at the beginning. I might do this again at some point because there's an awful lot of these smaller coins actually lurking at the bottom. If I had a sieve where I could sieve out everything smaller than, say, that French one, let the small stuff fall through, we'd be laughing. Right, well, there you go. Let's just get this a bit further out of my way. There's a fair few there that I would pick as my pick of the week. As you know, I go for age, I go for shiny. There's nothing really overly shiny. I mean, you got these two, but they are relatively new in comparison. That one is intriguing, that Polish one, 1923. That is in really good condition and still very, very shiny. And then you look at 1950s, that Indian, that one pays. 1943, that threepence. Looks like it's been through the wars itself. 1946 on the Swiss. I'm going to go with the Syrian. I don't know why. It's only 1965. But that design, I do like that design. I mean, anything with eagles on is really impressive. They're generally really, really good. But this one, so Egypt has pretty much the same style design as well for the eagle with the shield. But I think between them, they have varying amounts of stars. But I'm going to go with my pick of the week being this Syrian 1965. It's got a nice bit of a finish to it, nice patina, just in the right spots. And it's not exactly going to break the bank if it's in your pocket. There you go. So, yeah. 10 piastres, I think that was. Syria. That's my pick of the week. Beauty. Anyway, enough from me. Hopefully you enjoyed that one. If you did, please consider a like, comment. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe please. It really, really does help the channel. If not, just drop me a line. I mean, the email address is at the bottom of the screen. Got any questions, any queries that you don't want in the comments, just drop me an email. Don't worry about that side of things. I'm happy to help if you've got a coin that you want to ID, for example, or just a general query. Right, that's it from me for this week, folks. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So stay safe, take care, look after yourself with this warmer weather, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers all.